Hi, welcome to my video. It's the time of year when we have the good fortune of traveling to India to visit our family. We do this at least once a year, and this year we're also lucky enough to be able to spend a few days in Bangkok before we travel to Ambala to visit our family. We've been to Bangkok before and it's a great destination. And although this is very exciting, something I find very daunting is always packing. And for a long time, I really struggled with being able to fit all of my toiletries as well as my makeup into one bag. For many years, I traveled with two separate bags, and it was more of a hindrance, actually. So I thought of making this video to show anyone who's interested how I pack one bag to contain all those things, toiletries as well as makeup. And this is the bag that I have. I got it from Amazon, and I'll post a link down below in case this is something that you like. And I got it because it's not that big, but it holds a lot, and it has many different compartments. This was a really important feature to me because I like being able to separate things when I pack. So separate compartments or pouches of any kind, that's a feature that I find very useful. I initially thought that it might be nice to hang the bag somewhere, so I thought the hook was a great idea, but I've actually never used that feature. In addition to the multiple compartments and pouches, I wanted something that was water resistant in case there was a spill of any kind. Hopefully it would be contained to the bag and it wouldn't leak into the rest of my luggage. Now, twice a year, which is probably how often we travel, I try to clean the exterior of the bag just with a damp cloth or a Lysol wipe, something like that. The bag doesn't really get too dirty because I tend to leave it in the room where I'm staying or in the suitcase. And then I make a list of all the items that I need to replace, things that I've used or that have been exhausted over the course of our travels. If there are any items that are expired, I'll throw those out, repurchase them, and have them on hand so that they can be packed before we leave. So along with the bag, I will also show you everything that I put into it, and I'll start with something that I just refer to as the pharmacy. It's things like antiseptic wipes, cotton swabs, Tylenol, disinfectant towelettes, Band-Aids, and we've only ever really used the Band-Aids and perhaps some of these towelettes. We've never really been in a situation where we've needed to exhaust everything in this pouch, but I feel really good knowing that I have these things in the event that we need them. I'm not one of those people who, plan for the apocalypse or a zombie holocaust, but I do feel good knowing that I have a certain amount of sort of first aid items with us in case we do need something like that. Those items go into a Ziploc, and in turn the Ziploc goes into this pouch along with balm and polysporin. We definitely go through that Voltaren probably because we're getting older, but also we tend to spend a lot of time on foot during our travels. And you saw me pack a lot of cough drops. Pranav is guaranteed to ask me for cough drops at some point during our travels. It doesn't matter where we go. This device right here is supposed to help you stop snoring. That's for me. Then I pack 2 cases for my contacts. These are spare cases. They're not the ones that I use day to day. These are just extra. And I also pack 2 extra pairs of contacts in case mine get lost or torn or I need to replace them. Now in this plastic compartment, I put all of the cream and shower gel samples that I hoard during the course of the year. And I'm a hoarder for this stuff. I love it. Any of those little samples, I keep them and then I use them by packing them during our travels. So I guess that's not quite hoarding because we do use them. It's easier to pack these single-use items than it is to pack full-size items of cream and shampoo. And you can always purchase things depending on how long you're staying somewhere. I do, however, pack a full-size deodorant. And then I carry some additional items like micellar water, mosquito repellent, disinfectant, dry shampoo, and contact fluid. These items fit really nicely into the pouches along the back of the bag. When you open the bag, they're very easy to see. They're also very easy to extract for when you need them. These pouches do have a lot of room, so I tend to shove a couple extra things in there like lip balm, as well as this mosquito room spray that I lifted from a room in Thailand the last time we visited. It smells like lemongrass and it's really nice. And then I always pack some moist towelettes for hand and face, as well as hand cream and body cream. And these are smaller sizes. Everything that I'm putting into this bag is not more than 100 mils because I like to keep this bag in my carry-on. I don't even pack things in a container that's larger than 100 mils because I've been in a situation where I had less than 100 mils, but the container was more than that, and it was taken away from me at airport security. In terms of makeup, I try not to overpack. I just try to take things that I know I'm going to wear. This is a tinted moisturizer. It's very lightweight. I can use it every day. It doesn't provide a lot of coverage, but that's okay. I don't really like to wear a lot of makeup when we're traveling. I don't have time. I couldn't be bothered. I could probably benefit from it, but I just tend to not wear a lot. So I take a few things. These are mostly drugstore items, except for perhaps the NYX Wonder Stick. These are items that I'm really familiar with. I use them on a day-to-day basis. I have a better foundation that I wear daily for work, but everything else is stuff that I know, and I know it works well on my skin. I don't really like to experiment with new products when I travel. I feel like it's too much of a risk. So I pack things that I'm familiar with. I'm also going to put in these 2 lipsticks, a little blush. You can also use that on your lips, by the way. And this eyeliner stick, it has a smudgy stick on one side and the pencil on the other side. And then my old beaten up sharpener that's been everywhere and it's seen better days, but it gets the job done. These are my travel makeup brushes. They're smaller sizes of all the brushes that I would use, and I clean them when I come back, and probably once or twice during the course of my travels as well. And finally, 1 palette of eyeshadow in earthy tones. I don't really go for the sort of louder shades or the more exciting colors. These tend to work well with my skin tone, and that's sort of how I do my makeup, more in line with my own complexion and not so much with what I'm wearing. These items slide really nicely into the individual sleeves in this compartment. And another essential item is this Pakistani kajal that is so cheap but is so good at creating such a variety of looks, from a smoky eye to just simply accentuating your lower lid. It's a great product and I stock up on it every time we go back. All the makeup items, including the brushes and the palette, fit into these side compartments. And each compartment does have separate sleeves and pouches so that the items are separate from each other, which is really nice. Then I pack travel size shampoo and conditioner. These are from a hotel that I stayed in. Of course I took them. If you need to wash your hair before you reach your final destination, it's good to have a smaller size of those products. That is a wide tooth comb for when my hair is wet, and also a small handheld mirror. This also has little suction cups on the back, so you could mount it on a wall or on an existing bathroom mirror if you needed to. This container here holds everything sort of related to hair, from pins to elastics and this spongy donut thing that's really good for making a super large bun. And that goes into the larger compartment of the bag. Then I'll take a couple of these makeup sponges. I have a beauty blender, but I don't like to take it on vacation. So I just use these. They tend to work similarly, not as well, but they're okay. I put those in a bag, and yes, that's a makeup item, but it doesn't fit with the other ones, so I just tuck it in with all of the hair stuff. This beeswax balm is really good for cuticles if you have a hangnail or something. Pranav is also guaranteed to ask me for that. He gets a lot of hangnails. And that brings me to another point. Many of these items are things that we don't mind sharing, things like the medication, the ibuprofen or acetaminophen. I've also been known to use his deodorant if I really have to. He doesn't use mine though. He will of course pack his own toiletry kit, but it will be things that are more specific to him, things for his beard and shaving and his own toothbrush and toothpaste. Things that we both share, I tend to put them alongside my stuff because my bag is bigger. These are all items related to oral hygiene, toothbrush, toothpaste, floss, and white strips because we drink a lot of chai in Ambala. I put the toothpaste and the mini mouthwash into the larger compartment, and it's okay for them to stand up. This bag, when it closes, things don't really move around. The toothbrush, I push it into this sleeve right there. It's easy to find. And the white strips, because they're flat, as well as the floss, I put those in that plastic compartment. I do pack a travel razor. It's not very good quality. It's more for just in case. When it comes to moisturizer, there are two that I really like, this Nivea Q10 moisturizer and the Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer. That's the moisturizer that both Pranav and I use. We both use the Clinique one on a day-to-day basis. He has his own, and I have mine. For traveling, I'm just going to pack one cream for the both of us. The Nivea fits better, so that's what I decided to go with. And there's still plenty of room left in this bag, which is great because I am missing a few items. Ambala is very dusty, so we need some sort of peel-off mask or a clay mask for our skin, as well as facial wipes. Every time we leave the house and come back, we really like to just wipe off our face. There's a lot of dust in the air. Now the night cream, I'm probably going to ask Pranav to pack that for us, and I don't think I'm actually going to pack any nail polish. I might just get a mani done when we're in Bangkok, and if I need to retouch that in India, I'll do that. I do need more cotton swabs. I might buy them when I get there. I use those for the micellar water, and that's how I cleanse my skin before bedtime. And that's it. I'm just going to zip up the bag. The facial wipes, I know that they'll be able to fit. So what I'm going to do now is just sort of measure the bag and give you an idea of how big it is. That is about 18.5 inches. The height is about 10 inches. And this is when everything is packed. I didn't really see the point in measuring it before I'd put everything in it. And the all around the bag, the circumference, for lack of a better term, is 27.5 inches. So there you have it. That is how I would pack my travel bag or my travel kit. And as I mentioned, this bag stays packed all the time. I will replace items as needed, but this bag is always good to go. If we need to travel on a short notice, which has happened once or twice, I'm pretty confident that I can pick up this bag and have everything that I need in one place. Also, with the airline regulations being so strict, I know that everything in this bag is 100 mils or less, so I'm perfectly comfortable putting it into my carry-on. I have been doing that for about a year and a half now. That's how long I've had this bag. I've never gotten stopped with it. I've never had anyone ask me to remove anything. And it holds a lot, as you can see. All of the toiletries and makeup in one place, which I find extremely convenient. I will also just state for the record that this was not a sponsored video. Everything you saw in this video was purchased with my own money. If you would like to sponsor me to do a video, then please reach out to me via the email on my channel page. And if you're watching this far into the video at 13 minutes, congratulations. I really appreciate that you stuck with it for so long. Of course, recipes will be published every Monday, but I'm also trying to release more content related to wellness and lifestyle, as well as travel, because we enjoy it so much. Anything from how we plan for travel, how we book things, where we stay, what we do when we get to our various destinations, and of course, what we eat along the way. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting our channel. I'll see you next Monday with a new recipe. Bye-bye.